Good morning to you, Congressman. All right, so assuming that the Senate gets this thing passed later this week, it will then come to you in the House of Representatives. I know there are some conservatives and liberals who don't like this for various reasons. Are there enough people in the middle to actually get this passed and reopen the government later this week?
Well, thanks, Mark and Charlotte, for having me. I'm glad to be with you. Yes, I do believe that there are probably going to be votes that are going to step forward and make sure that this passes. I mean, look, I'm just grateful that 8 Democrats finally came to their senses, broke from Chuck Schumer and really the politics of pain they've been playing, and come to a point that they realized it just wasn't going to work. Their position has been utter nonsense from the beginning. And ultimately, this whole politics of pain just wasn't working. And 8 of them realized last night that enough was enough. And I'm very thankful that we're at this point. So, yes, we're under this 36-hour notice right now, where as soon as the Senate goes ahead and passes the actual bill, last night was just cloture that ended, so they'll pass the actual bill, I believe, probably later this morning or tomorrow. We're going to be making our way back to D.C. over the next 36 hours so that we'll be able to take up this bill and pass it. Because honestly, this is the same thing that was offered to Democrats, in essence, on September 30th. This whole thing should have been avoided.
And hopefully you'll be able to get a flight to D.C. You know, there's still a lot of chaos going on in the skies right now. And you mentioned Chuck Schumer, and of course he voted no to pass this deal, but he's being attacked on MSNBC, no less. Take a listen.
Do you think Chuck Schumer needs to go after tonight?
He should have gone a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. Yes. Yes, you talk about aim and not meeting the moment, right? Every time he gets in front of the camera, the average Democratic voter out there screams, "Be done with you, be done." And this will only accelerate that.
I don't know. What do you think? I think a lot of people think this is all about him getting primaried by AOC, possibly, but it looks like he's not a favorite right now.
He's not a favorite because the truth of the matter is he has inflicted all of this pain on the American people for absolutely nothing. As I mentioned earlier, this was in essence the same deal. It actually is going to get us out to January 30th. Senator Thune had told them from the beginning that we would have the discussion as soon as they opened the government about the subsidies, about Obamacare. All of those conversations have got to be held. So they were told they're going to get a vote probably the second week in December, and they'll get that vote, and we'll have conversations. But again, there was no need to put the American people through this and to hold them hostage. And I hope the American people see it for exactly what it is at this point.
Yeah, Congressman, I mean, you mentioned they promised they got a vote. The vote didn't have to be yes, but they get the vote. So these are the Obamacare subsidies that were extended during COVID 5 years ago to people making more than $400,000 a year. Do you think there is any way Republicans in the House or Senate would approve giving handouts to people making nearly $500,000 a year?
No, I don't see that in any way, shape, or form. In fact, one of the things that has impressed me the most throughout this entire effort has been the unity that Republicans have held together. President Trump and his leadership, Speaker Johnson and Senator Thune has held strong. And I'm very, very grateful for that. And I can't see any way that there's going to be any kind of extension of these COVID-era subsidies. And I think the Democrats recognize they're going to expire. The longer this thing went on, they're going to expire at the end of December anyway. I do think there's going to be discussion. I think there's going to be conversations about what we can do. The president over the weekend put out there that we needed to stop sending this money to insurance companies. They're the only ones that are having that government check coming constantly, and we needed to put the money in the pockets of the people and let them have more say in managing their health care. I think that the president is on the right track. I think Congress and Republicans are going to answer it as we move forward. So I don't think you're going to see an extension of these COVID-era subsidies for sure.
All right, North Carolina Congressman Mark Harris, great to have you with us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.